You have a problem? Let me fix it. I asked to fix your problems, and you delivered. So let's start. Welcome to Fixing Your Problems, the series where I fix any problems you may have. Duck in a Lake asks, I have ugly hair. May I suggest a good shampoo and conditioner? My favorite is L'Oreal Kids Tear-Free Shampoo, even though it lies when it gets in my eyes and it still tears up, and I just feel horrible throughout the rest of the day. Yeah, that's an option. Kronkadonk wants to know how to create an army that can rival the neighbor's league of raccoons. You'll need to team up with that guy who made an army out of tadpoles in his backyard and turn them all into frogs. You'll outnumber the raccoons. Trust me, the battle will be victorious. Bravest wants to know how to enjoy Destiny 2. I'm going to keep it simple. Just watch Let's Plays. Bungie does some wild things, removing paid content, servers always going offline, never bringing modes back or updating them. But you can always enjoy the game through someone else's eyes. And you can also plug in a controller and pretend you're playing, all for free. Dominator says, every time they leave the house, there is a specific pigeon that keeps attacking them. Befriend the pigeon. If you befriend that pigeon, imagine the endless possibilities you can do. Train it to spot dropped cash and bring it back to you. Train it to send secret messages to people without it being traced back to you. Use it to send intel across in the upcoming battlefields. That way you can have an advantage over your enemies. You must become that pigeon's friend. The Grand asks, how do I solve the millennia-long conflicts in the Middle East? With a cold, refreshing Pepsi. Kendall Jenner told me that if there's an escalating conflict, everything and anything can be fixed with a little Pepsi. Shibby wants me to know how to not get stabbed eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Let the Cinnamon Toast Crunch soak in the milk for an hour. When you go in for a bite, it'll be like eating tapioca, which won't stab you. Unless you ask me for tapioca. Then in case I will stab you. Jay wants to know what a good JRP that is similar to Persona 5 for the PS4. You're never gonna believe this, but Persona 4. It's like Persona 5, but they put a 4 at the end instead of a 5. And there's a lot less jazz music. Happy Potato would like to know if they should buy Baldur's Gate 3. Well, with a name like Baldur's Gate, I'd buy the game for the name alone. I would like to imagine it's a game about a bunch of ballers at a gate, and anytime someone wants to pass them, they have to shoot a 3-point. Kai needs help finding new horror games. Easy. Just go to any traditional news websites that are boring, and then read their latest doom post about how the world is collapsing all around us at every turn, and then do the game of trying to figure out how to make it in this world. The Uno card has gotten bored of video games and wants to fix that. If you're bored of video games, let me introduce you to manually doing your taxes. If brightly colored flashing images aren't your thing anymore, then maybe sitting at a desk punching numbers and hoping the tax police don't bust down your door for fraud might just be your ticket for entertainment. One dude asks, they haven't gotten a job yet and they graduate in December and have a BS in aerospace engineering. Well, congratulations on getting that BS in aerospace engineering. You will now be working at a grocery store being yelled at by people whose coupons expired 15 years ago. Blue states that they have a War Thunder addiction. Do me a favor, remember it's just a video game, and stay away from online forums if you're enlisted. Keswick asks, why is my cat barking? Your cat is bilingual and is flaunting its knowledge of a second language. I would suggest baby-proofing your cupboards because sooner or later, he's going to learn how to open those, and that's terrifying. So just be on the lookout. John wants to know how to get a scholarship. Just get into football and toss it around a few times. The school will be so impressed that you actually have interest in their $1.3 million stadium that they built instead of fixing up the school that they'll offer you a scholarship. It's the only way, trust me. That guy MC wants to know how to install an industrial deep fryer into the trunk of a Honda Civic. Well, first, the dimensions of an average Honda Civic trunk is about 23 cubic feet and about 70 inches wide and 50 inches tall, with the back seats down, a lot less if the back seats are up. An industrial deep fryer on average is about 46 inches tall. I would suggest buying 2 industrial deep fryers and strapping those bad boys to either side of the car. That way, you have room to actually use it. And now you have twice as many as you wanted. And a great fender bender deterrent, as no one wants boiling oil on their car. Scyther wants to know how to avoid taxes. Become a business person. Write everything off as a business expense. Had cereal? Well, that was a meeting that you set up with a continental breakfast. You just gotta think it through. A lot of people are asking me about Ohio. So I present to you the answer to Ohio.
Tactical nuke incoming!
This was only a fraction of the answers I received on social media. So if you want your problems solved, let me know. Until next time, your problems are now mine.